Hello, Star Wars fans. Welcome back to another episode of the Starlight Podcast. We have a full crew this week. We were one man short before, but now we've got the entire squad. Welcome back, Daddy Sheev. How are we?
Doing good, man. Happy to be back with you fellas.
Lovely, lovely. And of course, we've got Lord Dagovere of the Dark Temple. How are we, fam?
Let's go. I'm hyped. My boy, Johnny Bates, aka Daddy Sheev, somehow returned to the podcast. Ready up.
Next week, he's flying now. So,
Hey, fly now.
God, I hate that line. Oh,
oh my goodness.
Let's
Beautiful.
see how many times we can trigger Dagovere with sequel references.
Yeah, we'll keep a count. We were talking about Broom Boy before. We were talking about Broom Boy before the podcast started. So that
there's
didn't
another
work.
one.
It's a tough start.
You know what's crazy though is I love somehow Palpatine returned. I love that line. I do.
It
I
makes
just think it's
sense.
a meme at this point. I think it's
No.
just funny.
It really does make sense though, because how the hell is Poe gonna know how Palpatine returned? He's like, oh well, obviously he transferred his essence when he was falling into the pit. No, he's just like, bro, how the hell did this guy return?
Yeah, I
He,
like
well,
it.
he wanted the
I like
gulag. That's what it was. I don't know about that.
Yeah, for real.
it.
Awesome. Well, listen, we've got a couple of topics to cover for this week. The first thing that we're gonna cover is Master of Evil, which is the latest Star Wars book that has been released in Star Wars canon, written by Adam Christopher, and it is a banger. To preface, Dagobert and I are in about the same place in the novel. A couple chapters in, Daddy Sheev, aka John Bates, is not reading the book yet, but he can definitely join in on this conversation because there's a lot of juicy stuff that we have in the beginning of this book. I just want to ask, what are your thoughts on the book initially? It starts with Darth Plagueis the Wise quote, so you're getting into it already.
My guy, I had one of the busiest days at work, and I'm getting ready to prep and cook because that's what your boy does around 4 or 5 o'clock. And I hear instantly, frame one. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? I dropped everything. I was sat. I was ready to go. I was like, holy shit, I wasn't ready. And my boy Adam Christopher already has one of my favorite books in his pocket, Shadow of the Sith. Are you telling me this man is about to write another banger? I'm like
Absolutely.
4 chapters in, and it feels like it. It feels like it's a Super Bowl season right now for this guy, bro. What the hell? Oh no!
We lost Connor.
We
We
lost
lost
Connor.
Look at his face. Look at his face. Yo, keep this in. Look at there he is.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry. Oh my God.
Connor, you were frozen? Oh my god, he's frozen again.
He's frozen again.
But he's frozen like this.
Yeah, dude. I literally thought that I hit my desk so hard that my Ethernet went out and Connor.
Nah, bro. Dag,
froze.
when you're hitting your table, your camera's like slowly panning like to the other side.
Bro, what the I'm sorry.
Connor,
It just
get on
said
the, get on the
I-
phone with Comcast. Yo, at Comcast right now.
Yeah.
I'm literally I'm connected through Ethernet, literally.
We can keep going. We're keeping that in.
All right. I honestly
Dagovere was very passionate about the first 4 chapters. Continue, sir.
Yeah, I just think it's peak, man. I mean, I was not expecting Christopher to do this twice like that. Hit lighting in a bottle. I cannot believe how good this book is in the first 4 chapters. And then Count Dooku appears. And then we see Count Dooku do something that I didn't even know he was capable of doing. And I was throwing
He's a beast.
bro. So we have to tell them, and I feel like we have to. This is minor spoilers, but Count Dooku lifts up a goddamn temple, dark side convergence temple, and lifts it into a separatist ship, and he does that in one of the first chapters, and you start to realize why Sidious has sent him here to this planet to find this convergence, to find this temple. And, Palpatine's always trying to get some crazy stuff, probably for his immortality, his essence transfer. Somehow he's always going to return. And Dooku just does something amazing. And he's like, you know what? Maybe I'll try to test this out for myself and see what my master really wants. And then you start to get into the nitty gritty of like parts of Dooku that I don't think we've ever really seen before in Star Wars, even with Legends continuity, kind of a rebellious side, a deceitful side, even to Sidious. And then it gets into the Emperor and Vader, and we're cooking. We're 4 chapters in, and we are freaking cooking, man. I cannot believe how good this book is immediately.
Yeah, that's the thing when you're talking about the rebellious side of Dooku, because we don't see that ever from him. He's just the loyal servant of Sidious, and you realize he's legit a Sith. A lot of people think of Dooku as, oh, I'm
Yes.
just this fallen Jedi, and he's not really a Sith. He's not. No, this dude is looking for power, and he does not care what he has to do. He wants to become the number one Sith. He wants to become the master, not just the apprentice.
Yes.
And you see that in his mind when he's at this huge nexus in the Force, this dark
Yes.
side nexus, and it's whispering to him. It's whispering
Yes.
so
Tempting
much,
him.
so much power to control. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I might have to sneak this into my arsenal." So he goes and lies to Sidious. He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I got destroyed.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. It's gone.
Damn it.
It's gone."
My bad.
So that is to me was eye opening
Yeah.
because you see it and you're like, this is not the Dooku that I know. This is
Mhm.
not the Dooku that I thought existed. First off, that's the most powerful thing I've seen Dooku do ever.
Ever. A whole
Lifts a whole
temple.
temple. Yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
and I think it's only going to get better from here.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
talk a little bit about the Vader stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say I'm so glad that you said that Dooku is a Sith, because there's a lot of people, especially Legends heads like myself, that believe that Dooku is more of a dark Jedi than a Sith.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
from my understanding of Dooku, I always saw him more as a not a full-fledged Sith.
Right.
Like, yeah, he's a dark side guy, but I always felt like from reading things and other stuff, like he wasn't a full like dark sider, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a very good call out, because when you read the Revenge of the Sith novel, he's talking to Sidious like, dude, I don't want to kill Kenobi. Kenobi is basically like my grandchild. I don't want to do this.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then Sidious is like, no, kill him. He's indoctrinated by the Jedi. And a lot of people always talk about, oh, it was the death of Qui-Gon Jinn that caused Dooku to go down. No, 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 no. Dooku practically indirectly caused the death of Qui-Gon. In fact, Dooku had all the power in the world to help Qui-Gon and was there when it happened, at least in the new canon. And I understand, though, that those views are challenging, especially when you see Dooku in Legends continuity, because he is compassionate about Jedi. I would say very similar to like Balin Skull, but he's still doing evil shit and serving Sidious. And this book, I can't believe he was so deceitful to Sidious the way he was. I can't believe he hid that temple. I can't believe he knew that he was going to lie to Sidious, and Sidious was probably going to catch him on that lie.
The audacity.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
Sidious catch
man.
him?
No, but
That we know of.
I do think that Sidious kind of gets it. He's like, whatever, I don't need it now. And at the end of the day, too, I could see like Sidious is like, whatever, bro, you're not really even my apprentice in the first place. When I have my actual chosen one, first round draft pick, then we'll go and get this temple.
He's
you
like
know?
the journeyman quarterback that is like the team's
Yeah, dude.
tanking. They're like 4 and
Exactly.
12. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
it is.
yeah, he's moving
Just get
on
him
to
the
better
first round
things.
pick, and then all right, you're done, buddy.
Yeah,
Anakin's
He's
here.
Jameis Winston. He's Jameis
Yeah, he's
Winston. right now.
Jameis. Oh, then Tom Brady comes to town. Yeah. That's what it is.
Oh my god, dude! So I love it so much, man. But we have to talk about Vader and his interaction with
Lil Vader.
Sidious. Yeah, and again, we see Vader just get absolutely destroyed by Sidious, and this is after this is after he encounters the Convergence for himself, and he's on Mustafar. With the 2000, I can't remember if it's 2017 Vader comics, where he goes and bleeds his crystal, and just got done fighting Master Kirak, who I literally just made a video about, and it's going to be up next week. This shit is so cool, man. We've
Yeah.
already seen it drawn and illustrated and written by Charles Soule, but Adam Christopher just does this dude, I did not know how good he was, man. I thought
Yeah.
really like Shadow of the Sith was just like, okay, this is just hitting the strings that I like because it's Anakin and Luke. But dude, I feel like this guy is like, I don't know, man, like a secret weapon.
Yeah.
Like the way he describes everything's going on, and it gave us new parts of the comic that we did not get to see in illustration.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask, like, what did he change anything a ton about the comic? Because I've seen that entire series.
Didn't change it.
I
Didn't
would say
change
he
it.
elevated it.
I think
yeah.
it literally happens in between the pages of the comics. Like
Mhm.
you are
Okay.
seeing what you're seeing on the comics, but he describes the process of Vader and his thought process while trying to attempt
Oh, that's
to
cool.
bleed the crystal. And the way that he describes the dark side in this book and Vader's feelings on the dark side as the truth
Yes.
is incredible. He is having this inner monologue where he's on the verge of finishing the bleeding of the crystal, and we get a mention of he sees Obi-Wan.
Yes.
And he talks about he sees Padme, and he keeps going, he always sees Padme.
Always
Sees Padme. And
that shit gave me chills.
Yeah.
That's
He
fire.
starts to overpower the crystal, but he talks about the light side being weak and the
deceitful.
lie and deceitful, and the lies of the
Lies of the
Jedi were
Jedi.
exposed. Because this is literally days after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
A couple days after, however long it takes for him to be able to.
So he's
to
in
walk.
that cave in Mustafar, and he's bleeding the crystal.
Yeah, and he
which
keeps
is
describing,
also somewhat a convergence. It's a nexus in the Force too, which I kind of knew from source books and everything, but it's established now that this is also like a Dagobah cave, you know?
Right. Yeah, and he keeps describing the dark side as the truth.
Yes.
He will find the truth in the dark side, and that's all that there is, because that is all that he wants. So it really was eye-opening. And for a scene that we've already seen in the comics, that we've already experienced, it just elevates it tenfold.
Yeah, man.
And then we get yeah. And then we get him talking to Sidious after he bled the crystal.
Right
He's
after.
all beaten up. He's ripped. He's literally has his
when he returns
glasses
to his
off.
office?
Yep, it returns to his office,
Did
and
he
has
throw guys out of the window? Am I remembering that correctly? Or is that a different time he threw dudes out of the window for no reason?
That's a different part of the comic.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a different
going.
story.
Yeah, keep going.
But this is where, like, I think actually that issue ends when Vader shows him the red lightsaber in front of Sidious, and then he's like, you're a Sith now, you know.
Yeah, and this scene is he's kneeling to Sidious, and he's having a conversation with him, and he felt this nexus in the Force. He felt the dark side. He's like, I know the truth now. I know the Force like I've never known it before. I'm ready. And Sidious is like, what are you talking about, dude? You know nothing. You don't know anything. And then he starts gaslighting. Then he starts gaslighting the shit out of Vader.
You're not that guy, pal.
Vader's like, this is what you told me that you were gonna do. You promised me that you would be able to bring Padme back. And he is like, you know nothing. You still have much to learn. Know your place. I told you that there were answers, and we'll get to those answers, but you're not ready. You're not ready at all. And he throws Vader back and starts electrocuting the shit out of him.
Yeah. It's so cool because in the book, like, Vader is also being rebellious in his own way, and he's like, no, what the dark side showed me, Lord Sidious, is just an inkling of what you have shown me. No, it's the other way. It's like he's telling Sidious that the dark side showed me so much more than you've ever shown me. You know, like, I should actually be preaching to the dark side. And then Sidious gets so fucking offended, and he stands up, and the book describes it as like this frail old man moving in the most deceitful way that it was almost instantaneous, that it puts Vader on like, oh shit, I did not know that this guy can move this fast, you know, even though he's like 100 years old. And then Sidious is like very happy for him, for his curiosity, and he's like, wow, good, finally. And then he beats the shit out of him.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so crazy, dude. But I feel like they get it completely about the relationship between Vader and Sidious. And that alone is worth the purchase. Alone is worth the purchase, man.
Yeah, 100%. And it's described as the lightning bolts are almost attracted to Vader's suit, which
Yes.
is something that I always talk about is Sidious
Didn't
makes
he
this
do
suit
that?
to
Yeah.
handicap him.
Yeah.
Yes.
He
He's a
got nerfed.
goddamn he's a freaking water type or some shit. It's so freaking annoying. I hate it, dude. He just electric Pikachu kind of stuff just destroys my boy Vader, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
God.
another point I want to talk about in the book is Compnor and the ISB, um, where it's the very beginning of the ISB, and it talks about them being a society, and they're not even an official organization, and there's
Yeah.
almost these secret societies that
Like an
are,
Illuminati type shit, but
yeah,
we're
and
not there
it's
yet.
yeah, it's like the bet, and they describe the basically the what we see in Andor, which is they're planting stories and they're basically forming the opinion of the public by doing stuff that's low key and almost propagandizing. It reminds me of the Bene Gesserit
Oh, yeah.
of Star Wars. They were the Bene Gesserit in Dune were doing it for thousands of years,
Mhm.
but this is that same idea of, hey, we're going to implant these ideals, we're going to implant all of these different things for the long term betterment of
Yeah.
the empire, and it's really cool to see the foundation of all of these organizations that we do see are in tip top shape further down the line.
Yes, man. Yes. Gosh.
Well, I love that. Getting a little bit of the early ISB. I think ISB is one of the coolest parts of the Empire, just because
Yeah,
it's like so, you know, I don't know if crazy is a term, but like the whole behind the scenes of everything that they do. It's kind of like
yeah.
real world Loki.
Dagobert, have you gotten to the Order 66 part?
I
Oh
don't think
shit!
so. I
There's
don't.
an
Okay.
Order
I
66
don't
All right.
part.
think so. Yeah. I just because
So it like jumps around in times. Like, is that how the book is set up?
It
yeah,
jumps to
yeah, yeah.
different perspectives, and one of the main characters is the head of the Royal Guard. So he is like the overseer of the Royal Guard. So
What the
he,
Imperial? They got like the red dudes that
yeah,
guard Palpatine.
yep. So
Okay.
it's like the I don't know what his official title is, but there's some crazy stuff that's coming up in like literally the next 10 minutes. I'm sure Dagobert for you.
Oh
Um, but
shit.
that's that. Everybody who's listening, read that book
Yeah.
because well, I would say listen to it because it is
Mark
absolutely incredible
Thompson's
to listen
killing it,
to. Mark
man.
Thompson is my favorite author.
What is it
Or
Jesus.
called?
my favorite voice actor. Excuse me.
Yeah.
He's so
Star
good.
Wars Master of Evil, I think it is. Or
Yep.
yeah, yeah, Master of Evil. Yeah, it's so good, man. I just like when I saw that Adam Christopher was attached to this, I was like, okay, pretty sick. I'm
Ooh,
gonna be
Yeah.
hype.
Yeah.
And
Lock it
because
in.
I
that's a
yeah, 'cause
great cover.
It's pretty
yes,
horror-y too. There's some
yes.
weird stuff. And
Uh,
one of the other things I want to talk about is how the people describe Vader. The normal officers are describing Vader because they have no idea who he
They
is.
have no idea.
He
yeah.
just appeared. Nobody knows what he is, if he's human. He has no facial recognition because he's in a suit and
Yeah.
everyone is terrified of him.
Terrified, dude.
That's
And
in the comic, right? Like, did that remind me if that's canon or not? Like, weren't there some like Imperial officers that tried to like assassinate Vader because they didn't know like who he was?
So in the 2015 comics, there was I think his name was Thanatos, I can't remember, but he was like someone that found out who Vader was. He was exceptionally intelligent, like to the point where Vader was like, "You need to stop effing knowing it all." You know. Eventually, this guy found out and knew that he was Anakin Skywalker, and he was like, "F the Emperor, I want to follow you." But although that was hella impressive, he needed to kill that guy because that guy knew who he was. There were people that were just like straight up annoyed of Vader in general because they were like, "Who's this guy? Why is he always around the Emperor? I don't know who he is. We just killed all the Jedi, and this guy's got force powers, you know." But most of the people did not know who he was and were terrified because they didn't want to die. So,
yeah.
Sounds on par.
yeah,
So these guys are describing him as basically like a black hole, and like they have no idea what's going on. The officers are terrified of him.
Yeah.
So that's another aspect where this dude just shows up next to the emperor, and he has all of these clearances. He has so much power, and the emperor talks to him one on one all of the time. So if you're on the outside, what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
He's breathing super loud all the time.
he's 6'8".
He's
Yeah.
6'8".
Dude, he should be a point guard. What's
He's
going on?
averaging
Yeah.
40.
He's averaging 40. I think it's so funny that he was like 6'2", and then he loses his arms and legs. Now he's 6'7", 6'8", superhuman strength. That's ridiculous. That's an
Dude,
L. That's a win.
Sidious needed an intimidating guy, and he got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I just can't believe how good this book is. And as I go through some of the busiest time of my jobs in the season, I'm just like, damn, bro, I just want to just listen to this book. I just want to listen to this. I feel like this is a book that, so there's a term, right, that we have in content creation, right? It's called evergreen content. Everybody wants to know about Darth Vader, and how strong is Darth Vader, or how strong is Revan, whatever. I feel like this book is going to be a plethora of evergreen content that people are going to want to talk about forever,
Oh
because
my God.
Count Dooku lifting up a freaking temple is an insane force feat that honestly I did not know Dooku's force abilities. I did not know I was not familiar with this game, bro,
Yeah, he had
because
that in his locker this whole
yeah,
time.
I see it more as a duelist and someone, that is exceptionally one of the greatest duelists of
I
all
see him as like
time.
a very sophisticated like fencer, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
arm behind the back, like, oh yes, I esteemed scholar, not a
Yeah.
oh I can literally lift a temple into a
Yeah,
ship.
not freaking
Yeah,
Saruman the White. Like that's
yeah,
crazy, bro. That's insane. So
yeah,
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah, yeah. It was good, but that was just again like just a tip of the iceberg that we're getting into, because I'm very interested to see what else is going to happen with Vader and the Emperor and whatever Vader's going to find and discover, man. Because God, it just
Mhm.
seems like it's taking some of the best parts of the Darth Vader trilogy, Revenge of the Sith novelization from Legends, and it's just making some new original stuff, which I love.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Um, that's enough spoiler talk for what is going to become a GOAT book,
Yeah,
GOAT Star Wars book.
yeah,
Um, but one of the other things that we wanted to talk about just in general was AI. Um,
Your favorite?
Dis for those who don't know, I am AI's number one hater, along with Dagovere down here. It is just it's to me it is the worst part of our society right now when it comes to creativity and just everyday people are using AI and there's no reason for it.
What, dude,
But
you don't want to use AI every day?
no, please no. Please no.
Uh,
But Bob Iger said that Disney Plus is going to start using AI to create short form content for users. Basically, they're able to kind of put something in and get an AI generated short film or short content, whatever they put in there. So I think this is leading us down a very, very dark path, especially for creatives in the industry. I kind of want to know your guys' thoughts on that.
I'll start it. I am less anti AI than the two of you, but I definitely see some of the problems with it that you bring up. Um, yeah, this can get into a little weird territory, I'd say, because if this just seems like the tip of the iceberg. If this is like the first thing, like next thing you know, they're just gonna just do everything in AI, and I don't know if that's the best thing. What do you think, Dagobah?
I think it needs to be destroyed, man. I just think like, don't get me wrong. I think AI can be used in science. I think it can help the elderly. I think there could be tools that you
There are
can,
some uses I see for
yeah,
it, but
that
not this.
I think when it comes to creativity and art and expression, I think this is a problem. And you already have all those deep fakes happening where, like, what if you put someone's wife or husband in one of these things and they go off with another man or woman or something and do something, and that stuff is created and then people see that and then it damages the reception of who you think this partner of yours is, but you are too uneducated or too inexperienced to tell. I think, or even a political figure. I think AI is extremely dangerous, and I do not think people understand how dangerous it is because all we see is like, oh, there's these actors, they want more money, or Disney's trying to make more profits. I get that, but I don't think people really understand how this shit can be weaponized, and I think that's why it needs to be destroyed. This version of it needs to go.
Yeah, I think it shouldn't be in the hands of everyday people. It's
I
something
agree.
that needs to be controlled because people do stupid stuff and people are harmful towards others. And the fact that specifically like the Sora stuff, where it is so
Oh,
clear and so realistic that, like you said, they could put any situation, any prompt into there and they'll get a kickback. And people could be dangerously harmed from this
Yeah.
stuff,
there needs to be some
especially.
kind of filtering on it if they're gonna do this. You'd think they would consider that if they're gonna launch this. Like, there's got to be some kind of guardrails.
I don't.
Even yeah, even still though, I feel like the first one I ever saw was the John Cena, like going around and on people's porches. And the first time I saw it, I was like, "Holy shit, is this actually John Cena?" But then I started to realize like he was like looking up while talking to
Yeah,
the right side, like it was
Mhm.
just
dude,
like, typical AI shit,
I saw that, but I saw that with a Mark Cuban floating in the air and then saying that he's geeked, and then I realized that it was AI. I
Yeah,
also saw Martin Luther King Jr. scoring a penalty in the World Cup final. And I was like, wait a second, this ain't right. But yeah, it can be oddly deceiving at first. And dude, old people are definitely getting scammed by that. I'll just say, like, I
yeah, yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
have to like look at it and like, oh, it's AI. Like it takes a second.
Yeah, I think there's two those are two big issues, right? Is like,
Yeah,
all right, so these people are dead, how's their family feeling about this? Like
yeah.
Martin Luther King in the middle of a WWE
Oh, I
ring
saw that
getting
too.
put through a table, or something.
Yeah,
And then the other part too is just like I think as time goes on, we are human. This shit's gonna evolve. People are gonna get better at this. I think that we need to stop. And yes, and why isn't copyright coming at these people for putting it on TikTok and getting money for it? Why isn't someone getting sued over like Mickey Mouse going around? I don't know. Like it's so crazy to me that this is in the hand of modern day people that can, in my opinion, are sometimes more talented and more imaginative than people that are actually creating these things. Yeah, and I think it's very terrifying. But the fact that Disney has decided to use this stuff, uh, I think it's over. Honestly, I think it's a wrap. I think this is the beginning of like the industry like kind of dying in a sense because now they already have it on there. Now these writers and these artists, painters, actors that literally live by these things. I think they're going to be out of jobs, and I think they're going to be out of jobs for maybe about a year or so, and that is the problem because that is the other big problem is that this shit is so cheap. This shit is so affordable. It's on everybody's phone. It's on everybody's app. It's on everybody's computer. And now everybody is a director or an artist. And I think that's the effing problem because how can someone that's on Twitter or Tumblr be do commissions for $100, which is expensive. And then you turn around and then someone is making the same type of art, not the same obviously in terms of like depth and beauty, but they are getting commissions and it's $5.
Mhm.
I think that is the biggest problem. How does a human combat that when the human has to pay rent and the other person can just shit out content because the AI is doing it for it in 5 to 10 minutes, how much it takes to render, you
Yeah.
know?
And the AI is using millions and millions of images, millions and
Yes.
millions of people's artwork to
Yeah,
generate, to reference.
yeah. It
exactly.
needs things to
Yeah.
reference. Yeah,
That's
that
stealing.
surely can't
That's
be
stealing.
legal. Yeah.
Yeah. That's stealing. That is
Like,
stealing.
how do they get around that? Like, genuinely, I was curious. I'm always
They
They
curious
can't.
don't.
about that.
They can't. I
No,
don't
but
like.
how? But then how can you go on the Chat GPT right now and like it's all fine? Like, are there any lawsuits about this? Like, I'm genuinely curious.
I mean, it's being backed by like the government itself. So it's tough to try to fight something that is getting pumped billions and billions and billions of dollars every single day. They talk about the AI bubble. There's so much money generated into it that it's hard to win a lawsuit in that sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, I also just think it's kind of like a legal thing where like the crimes are happening so fast and they're evolving that I don't think that they can keep up with everything else that's going on. Like that Sora thing, in my opinion, came out of nowhere. Like before, it
Yeah.
was so easy to determine
yeah,
what was AI, what was not, and then all of a sudden the Sora stuff, and I'm seeing Michael Jackson, I'm seeing John
yeah.
Cena, I'm just
I
like,
saw Genghis Khan hit a grand slam in the World Series, and it looked like pretty legitimate. And I was like,
Yeah, that was another
Yeah.
one. But the first one that I saw that legitimately was the first time I ever was deceived by AI was the raccoon eating uh the Halloween candy. I thought that shit was real because I was trying to figure out, but it was already so blurry. It looked like a security camera, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is like, for me, this took me about 5 minutes to realize it was AI. That is dangerous. I think that stuff's got to go, but
Yeah, it's got to be banned, but it
but
won't.
I don't think it's going to happen because
No.
there are people like our boy Daddy Sheev, or maybe even less so, that like they're okay with the idea of just seeing the entertainment, seeing the
No, you
fun,
throwing me into the pause, brother.
but I'm not I'm not saying you're an asshole because I don't think or anything like that. Like you hate people,
Well, I'm more of use of AI for like tasks or like not like
yeah.
education or like stealing. Like I'll admit I'll use AI to like I can't speak English properly, so I'll run an email through it and just clean it up for grammar. Like I see use cases for that, but
But
when
I
you're
think that is
legitimately
more of an
stealing,
innocent way
when you're
of
legitimately
using
like
it.
stealing like people's ideas and then like just like you guys pointed out with like
Yeah.
AI is stealing creativity, like I feel like that's a big problem. Especially
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but see, I
Don't root me
also
in.
no, no, no. I would never. But I think I think you are a very normal person. We are all very normal, except for me. I'm less normal, in a bad way sometimes. But I think that a lot of people like watching these AI videos. I think that's why they're
Yeah, they're a
extremely
little funny. I'm not gonna lie. I do get a little giggle when I
and
see who did I see the other day hit a grand slam? Oh, George Washington hit a grand slam for the Philadelphia Phillies in the World Series. So that was a little chuckle. But then it's like then the other side of me is like, damn, this is kind of wrong, but it's kind of funny.
but see, I don't even think people make that assumption. I don't even think people go to say like, oh yeah, this is wrong. Maybe what is
I
wrong
got
about it
Connor's
for them?
voice in my head
You
anytime I
know,
watch an AI video.
Yeah, well,
That's
here's the
all I
deal.
hear.
Here's the deal. I, I get made fun of for how much like anti AI that I am.
I agree.
Whether it's at my job where people are using AI to do this stuff. Every time I hear someone using ChatGPT, I make a joke. I'm like, hey, like you just destroyed a forest. Like just to let you know,
Yeah.
you just destroyed a forest. And like people don't even think about it. You know what I mean? They're not educated enough to realize like, hey, this AI uses like 10 times the energy that a regular search engine would. And now they're implementing Google AI
Well,
into like regular searches.
have you
So
seen those plants in what was that, Georgia? Like people that live near it because they use so much power. Like they don't even have running water sometimes because
yeah,
of the
it
giant
uses
AI facility. It uses so
What?
much of the grid. Yeah.
yeah, I mean
Wow.
it uses so much water because you can't cool it with air conditioning. It needs water cooling for all of these servers and all of
Yeah.
these
What the hell?
that's
Yeah,
like
I saw
the
that on the
environmental
news.
aspect
I
of
was
it
like,
is
damn. Yeah.
the environmental aspect of it is huge as well. I mean, there's the
So
morality, but there's also like these servers are using so much energy and water to cool the actual computers that are using it.
that's
Yeah.
insane. So I've heard too that like there's a lot of companies that are asking people to use Chat GPT instead of the browser and stuff like that. So all these people are going to be using this, and that's what's going to be happening.
Yeah, yeah, that's what happens when you put a prompt into to ChatGPT. It uses more energy than it would a regular
That's
search
insane.
engine.
That's
Yeah, because
crazy.
it has to reference like millions of things.
But see, that's the thing though too is how do you make people give a shit? You know, I think I think that's a fair question because I don't think people give a shit. I don't think people
Yeah.
care. And like Connor was saying before, is like, um, I think there are more pro AI people than there are anti AI people. In fact, I think anti AI people are probably 10%,
Yeah.
20%.
Yeah, I feel like it's become so normalized. Like, yeah, there are more pro AI at this point than anti. And
One
I
of
think that's down to, oh, go ahead, Connor.
no, no, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think it's just down to like people not knowing. Like, oh, AI is literally in everything you do now. Like, think about it. Every company in their mother has something with AI, so you just assume it's good. Like, you don't actually. I think like there's not a lot of like stories about like the cost of AI.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sucks because like I do not want to see no Star Wars AI shit on Disney Plus, man. You
Hmm.
know, Especially because, you guys know my story and stuff that I've worked on, but also the people I know in the industry that have had things shelved, that haven't been able to work on stuff because the mouse or just stuff didn't
The
work their
mouse.
way,
Yeah.
and I think that's a load of shit, bro.
Yeah, I'll
Like
say this. I don't think anything can ever replace the creativity of a human. And it does worry me that people think that AI can, but like AI is something programmed. I don't feel like it can like process like we can or think like we
Yeah.
can. So
One of the things that I like to reference, I just read Sunrise on the Reaping over the summer, the newest Hunger Games book that follows Haymitch
we
over
love that.
his games.
Yeah, good
And
book.
they specifically reference in that book that the Capitol banned AI because of course they would. That's the stupidest thing. Basically, the most evil organization of all time even realizes that AI is unusable and so immorally wrong that they have to ban it. So I like when I read that, it clicked in my mind like yes, like everybody should know that this is so immoral that people can do absolutely inhumane things with AI. So it's a no-brainer to not use it
Yeah, even President
for different
Snow
things.
said, "Yeah, this is a problem, guys." But yeah, I'll keep sending kids to their death. Yeah, that's all right.
Right, exactly. Like 'cause
Yeah,
even the dictator knows that AI is so immoral.
yeah. Even President Snow knew it was bad.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's funny. Yeah, yeah.
I don't even know that much about Hunger Games. And
Highly recommend.
but I no, I've watched all of them. I just
Okay. Yeah.
but I know that guy's an asshole, and that's crazy.
Even he was like, "All right, guys, we've had enough."
Hey, maybe we shouldn't do this. That's crazy. That's an insane epiphany to know. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just I really just don't want to see that shit infect my Disney Plus or whatever for Star Wars. I'm done with it, in terms of that, but I don't think we're gonna get rid of it. I think it's gonna be here for a while until
Until some
something
laws passed
terrible
or
happens
something,
environmentally.
yeah. Until it's
Yeah.
like really genuinely more of a problem.
Yeah.
Like there needs to be relegate. I was gonna say relegation like soccer, but
Yeah.
regulation on it. I don't think there's gonna be much change.
Yeah. I AI is something that I am like very passionate about at this point in time. So the fact that Dagovere, when you showed that to us, I was seething. It's a Bob Iger thing that once
Just
again
want to
he
make
just
money.
spoils everything, and that brings us back to the hunt for Ben Solo, where
Yeah, kill
Bob
that off.
Iger kills Ben Solo and then says, "Let's do AI."
So you're telling me I could just ask AI for the hunt for Ben Solo, but then there it is. But it's not the same. It's cheap, and
Oh
the only
no.
reason he's doing
No, you know
AI
what's
is
gonna
money.
happen?
Oh
You
my
know
God. Yeah.
you know what's gonna happen? He's going to give the script that he has,
Yeah, give it to
feed it to AI,
AI.
and then he's gonna say, "Look what I did."
Oh, I see, guys. I gave you it. No, it's not the same. Shut up, Bob.
Yeah. And that also reminds me of
Ugh.
Black from Star Wars Visions, where AI could never
No,
replicate
can never do something like
the
that. That's what
depth
I.
that um that short gave
Yeah, the
us.
animation. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like AI will never have the creativity that we have. Like you'll never get that with AI. Like something that deep and meaningful because AI is told to do things. It can't think on its own. Like in
Yeah.
that
But
sense, if
it's
that makes sense. You
meaningful
have to feed it.
because someone else did it. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Like
Like
somebody spent the time to like animate that and do that, and it's the coolest animation I've ever seen. I think we talked about that 2 pods ago. I don't know about you
mhm.
guys. That was the craziest animation I've seen in my life.
Yeah.
Didn't know it was going on for a while.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Depression.
your
Yeah.
sigh got me there. It's
Yeah,
I'm
man.
trying to I try to laugh through the pain if that makes sense. It's
Yeah,
like
no, I do too.
not at you guys.
Yeah.
It's like funny. Like, ha, I'm laughing. Hey, I was gonna take over. Yeah,
Yeah.
Give Dagovere 1,000 Last Jedis over
yeah.
one AI
He
short.
wants that. That's what Dagger wants.
But I will take that. I like at least someone put their heart and soul into this shit. You know? I do not stand by the decisions that Ryan Johnson did. But I swear to God,
At
I
least he
will
fought him.
defend him to the freaking death
Hmm.
beyond this AI bullshit, bro. You know, you are my enemy and now you are my brother. You know,
Yeah.
like
The enemy
that's
of my enemy is my friend.
Jesus,
Yeah.
man.
That's Ryan
You know.
Johnson and Lord Dagovere.
Yeah, I mean, but I think Ryan's cool. I would love to interview him one day, and talk to him about XYZ and this. And maybe that happens on the podcast one day with us,
Yeah. Hey,
But
bro, why'd you ruin my favorite character of all time?
I actually
Okay.
think Last Jedi is Kylo Ren's best movie. Funny enough,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it is.
by far, I think it is.
Oh yeah, he's a dog in that film for sure.
Yeah, woo, yeah, and I even like the novelization more so than there's just certain things I would change.
Yeah.
You guys know I'm a broken record.
The Reylos love Last Jedi too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, did you see my?
Connor is a Reylo.
Yeah, dude, that still blows my mind. I did not know.
When he revealed
What you think?
that-
What do you think, Ray? Do you think Ray like a Ray Fit? Are you like a Ray Finn shipper, or are you just not a shipper of anything at all?
All right. Okay, let's talk about this. I think that's a very good conversation.
Yeah.
Since we could pivot back into Star Wars, I believe that shipping people can is a little shallow. I do not believe that everybody is meant to have someone. I sometimes I feel like people are fuck ups and they can't find anybody. I believed I was that for a long time until I got lucky. I believe that also forcing people to like each other is a little unwillful. Like it's just kind of weird that you're forcing them to set them up or like them. I think also Star Wars has a history with romance that is really freaking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I would argue that Ben Solo and Rey is also very interesting because I think there's a pretty decent age gap there.
At least they're not siblings kissing.
Same thing with the Acolyte. Isn't Kamir like 50, 60 years old? And how old
He's
is
not that
Ocha?
old.
You
He
sure?
looks great for his age.
Well, I mean, sometimes the dark side leads to abilities that are unnatural. So
maybe.
yeah,
Dude, what if he
so-
looked like Palpatine and that was just a whole mask? Oh my
Yeah.
god, what if he looked like a scrotum?
Yeah, you never know. I mean, we don't know if Sidious always had that mask on. So, what'd you find, Connor? What's the age?
Yeah. What do you got?
I'm trying to for Chimere. I'm
Yeah.
looking.
Tell me how
Yeah.
old
Yeah.
that guy is. I thought he was like 30 something.
I'd say someone who looks. This is just like an article. It just is like
Yeah.
someone who looks 20 might actually be 20, but also don't be surprised if they're 40.
Yeah. So I think that there's. I mean, he's a dark sider, bro. I don't think he is 30. I'm just saying that it's interesting. Okay. But again, I'm just not really in the idea of always shipping people because that's not how reality is. I just like that, and sometimes I think characters are better off alone because I think it is stronger. And I think some people need that. I'm not saying everybody's got to freaking suffer, because maybe they had a shitty Valentine's Day. All I'm just saying is I don't. I hope at the very least the shipping thing can be like a fandom thing, but not an actual story thing. If that makes any
That's
sense.
what I always saw it as, is more of like a fan, like
Yeah.
I want them to
think,
be together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think people who are making edits and I think that's a fun side of the fandom that you don't have to take super seriously. I think there's tension in The Last Jedi that is palpable between those two, especially because they're exploring the dyad, and they're touching hands.
They touching all right.
So that to me is like, and listen, I've seen probably one too many edits, but I'm not like deep in
there.
I'm not deep in there. No.
Are you sure?
Here's the deal. I'm not deep in there.
out.
Oh, look at Jedi Connor's bookmark.
Yeah, let's look at his history. Let's see what's
Settle
on that
down. Don't look at
money.
my don't look at my reposts, bro. Don't look at my reposts on TikTok.
Just all Reylo edits.
Yeah, it's a fun side of the fandom that I do like to indulge in at some points. But I'm not like a diehard shipper of really anything else, to be honest. I think it's just
It's just a little fun. It's just a little fun.
It's just a little fun.
That's what you're about. It's like
It's just a little fun, cutesy little thing.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? All right, bro. I'm gonna show you something, okay? But this is only because you're my boys, and this shit means something to me because it means something to me personally. Because you guys know how I feel about the Ben Solo fit, okay? All right, you guys know. All right. All right. So all right, so I'm gonna show you. So don't judge, even though I've totally fucking laughed at you the entire time. All right.
Yeah, let's see. What are we seeing here?
No way! No way!
You're a hidden Reylo. You're a hidden Reylo. There's no way. There's no way. You're a hidden Reylo, brother.
So I don't know whose art this is, but I think it's fucking beautiful.
After
This
all
is why AI is shit. No, but
yeah, AI ain't doing that.
I love the idea of redemption, atonement, but I also love the idea of someone really dedicating their life to trying to fix somebody. But when that person also wants to be helped, and I love aspects of the idea of their relationship, and that's what I liked, that where he's like broken and she's kind of carrying him in that moment. That spoke to me.
You're not fooling me. I know that you're a seeker Reylo.
I know what kind of man you are. You're a Reylo.
One of us. One of us.
I don't know if I'm fully on Reylo, but it's fun, right? Like, it's just fun.
It's fun. I think. I'm not
like if any character, but in that trilogy, it'd be Reylo, like the couple. I could see.
I don't love the kiss at the end after the Rise of Skywalker. Like
weird,
I don't love that scene specifically, but
there was other stuff that like hinted at it.
I loved when they locked in. I love when they locked in with the dyad and the lightsaber behind. Yeah. Like that is peak. That's
what I want, bro.
Yeah, the Force dyad is crazy.
That's some Mara Jade, Luke Skywalker shit that I love. Yeah. I just want to see them go ham, man.
Yeah. And unseen for generations.
And he looks at his hands. I love that, dude. God, I love that part so much. Doesn't the novelization describe their freaking kiss as friends?
Really? I didn't read the novelization. Yeah, look it up. Let's see. Google.
Well, I don't like that.
Get the book.
I actually hate that.
Yeah, I have it. I'll take a screenshot. Maybe we'll talk about it and everything else. But I love aspects of the relationship, but I don't think we need to see them having dyad sex on the freaking screen.
Yeah.
Oh
wait, hold on.
Hey, that's not what we even saying. No,
I think that there's environment.
They can't hold hands, Dagovere. They can't do that.
I think what was more powerful was them in the throne room. When he stood up for her and killed Snoke, and then also they were fighting together against the Praetorian guards. Yeah. I also loved the end where they were seeing each other and she just kind of pulls the "I'm ghosting your ass" and then shuts the door in the speeder. I like aspects of that, and again in Rise of Skywalker where they're going throughout the entire thing and end up like I don't want to say teleporting, but they kind of like manifest through. I just really appreciated that Force bond type stuff because it's really to me it was showing like, okay, this is like a feeling beyond normal people, and that's what I feel like made them very special. That's what I liked. I don't necessarily like the obvious kissy goo goo shit. I feel like that's for Tumblr. But again, let people have their
like that art you have.
They're not kissing. They are not kissing. I think there are more things that are more romantic than just lips on each other. Yeah. And that's why I liked that.
You're a softie. You're a little Reylo. I see you.
Hey man, I'm a Ben Solo fan. So I accept that shit more than
I'm right behind
AI.
you. Yeah.
Bro, I dress up as this dude every freaking Halloween, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say, you cosplay.
I'm going ham, baby.
Yeah. That's my boy.
Yeah, bro, that is my boy. And I swear to God, Bob Iger, if I hear some AI shit about Star Wars and you are not coming and bringing my boy back, oh, man.
Dagger versus Bob Iger. We will be there.
It's going to be 60 minutes. I'm going to be sitting in a chair, and he's going to be sitting in a chair. And it's just going to be about Ben Solo the whole time.
You're going to kidnap Bob Iger.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have.
Local man kidnaps Disney CEO Bob Iger over Kylo Ren.
Florida man.
Yeah, you're the new Florida man. Oh goodness.
Interview's going to happen right at Batu in Orlando.
Yep.
Florida.
Yeah.
I'm going to be right there. It's going to be in the first order section, right next to the enforcer. It's going to be there, and I'm going to have a Ronto wrap. Maybe I'll
All of a sudden, Lord
Milk.
Dagovere is Dave Filoni's right-hand man.
Yeah. That took some real guts from you, man.
No,
He hires you.
then I'm just going to have to show him all of the pitch decks that I have, so and then it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe I'll show you guys one after the podcast.
Hell
that
yeah.
would be cool.
Hell yeah. Anything else we want to hit on? I feel like we kind of went on a bunch of different tangents there.
Yeah, this is a good tangent episode for sure.
Dagovere, I can't have you giving me those faces and laughing at me when you just showed me your phone back.
Yeah, so I have
Right,
to
brother?
say that
It's
was
a
a
little
little
hypocritical of you.
hypocritical as a neutral here. After all the roasts on this man's Reylo, you had it the whole time. You were there.
I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, I guess you guys, that's fair that you can call me up, but I wouldn't necessarily call myself a Reylo. I mean, I don't do the hashtag stuff. And
Connor doesn't have a background of them, but you do. So I think that makes you more of a Reylo.
yeah, I mean, like,
joking.
hey, you know what? The evidence is there. I got caught in 4K, I guess. You know,
Yeah,
But
It's not a bad thing, brother.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not
no,
a bad thing.
welcome.
I'm not saying it is. I just if you were going to ask me to like label myself, I don't think I would like label myself. I just really love that picture, man.
You just love Kylo Ren, man. You're just
That's how it is.
instead of a Reylo, you're just a Kylo.
Yeah, but I love that. That was I don't know. Maybe I'm caught, bro. I'm just in denial.
Yeah. You don't have to be sappy. You don't have to make edits.
Bro, did you see that edit, bro? Oh my god. I got so many.
Oh, I see them all.
Oh yeah, he does.
No,
He's on
your
that
edit that
thing.
you made actually was crazy. Your edit that
Yeah.
you made
Yeah, it was
was,
sick.
actually insane. Go check that out on Threads.
That's
That's
something
fire.
One last thing to touch on that I just realized. It's almost been 10 years since episode 7 came out. I remember it was like December of 2015, and it was going to be the 10-year anniversary. I remember I went opening night to the theater that Thursday. I was there. I couldn't even sit next to my friends because there were so many, like we couldn't get seats next to each other. And I'll never forget that. I remember seeing Kylo and Finn. I could go on a tangent, but yeah, guys, it's almost been 10 years since that film came out.
I love that movie.
I do enjoy it. It is similar to 4, but it's a fun watch for sure.
I love that movie so much, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not see that movie in theaters. I didn't see it.
Was that before you were like back on Star Wars? Connor?
That was before I was back in.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I did not see that movie, but I do think it is a fun rewatch.
For sure.
I rewatched it more than episode 4, but I don't know. The Starkiller base is something that really gets at me. I hate Starkiller base.
Well, you don't like a giant version of a Death Star, dude?
Yeah, I don't like a Death Star 3. I hate it.
Isn't it built on Ilum?
Yeah, that too.
canon?
That makes it
That
makes
is
it double
what made
down.
me butt hurt so bad.
Is it actually built on Ilum, or is that actually canon?
It is Ilum.
Okay,
it's not
okay.
built on Ilum. It is
Jedi
Ilum.
Fallen Order, yeah, that's you basically get confirmation that's happening when you play Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, okay.
God, man, that
Ridiculous.
shit still gets me mad, man. I love that movie though. I love that movie.
I want them to go to other spots where we can find kyber crystals. In the Ahsoka book, it says there are planets with kyber crystals,
Yeah,
but we
that
don't
makes sense.
see them really.
There's otber ones, but
Dan
Ilum was always the
Dan
main
Tween
one
has,
that we've
kyber
seen.
crystals.
Yeah,
Dantooine.
Dan
That's the
Tween.
KOTOR thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dantooine. But there's also other things that you can use as lightsaber sources, which is like just like Mandalorian season 2 first episode. They
The
find
crate.
pearl, the crate dragon pearl, baby. Yeah, you can use that, man. A lot of cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
Good shit, man. Yeah, but that's it, man. We discovered a lot today. About
yeah, we
ourselves.
learned a lot. We learned a lot.
Each other.
Each other. Yeah.
If you're still listening to this podcast, share in the comments if you are or you do not, if you do or do not ship Kylo and Rey. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd like to know.
Also,
Yeah.
let us know on your thoughts on the morality of AI.
Yes. Yeah. Include the positive thing first, and then give us a whole paragraph about how
Yeah.
AI is evil. All right.
That's what you get here on the Starlight
Yeah.
Podcast. We are talking about some Star Wars lore. Then we talk about the inevitable downfall of society with the institution of AI, and then we talk about Reylo.
Yeah. Reylo, yeah.
Um, yeah. Any last words from you guys?
Um, I'm not technically a Reylo supporter, but I respect it. And if you are a Reylo fan, good job. Dagovere's one of them. He just doesn't want to admit it. Connor, you keep reposting those edits, all right?
Damn right.
And if you're still listening to this point, thank you so much.
Read Master of Evil.
Damn
or
it, that was gonna
buy-
be mine.
Yeah.
Sorry. Buy Master of Evil. Audible, please sponsor the stream, because if you get a free trial to Audible, that you can also cancel it and you will get a free free whatever. Just get the goddamn book, man. Jesus.
Oh my god! Right now, the first 3 months of Audible are 99 cents, and you can cancel at any time. So you can get 3 books for $3 in 3 months.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
That's a deal.
So yes, that's the deal we have. Audible, if you want to sponsor us, we won't tell people to cancel after that. Okay.
Yeah.
But you really should read Master of Evil. You should really not use ChatGPT, and you really should check out some Reylo edits.
Mine on Threads, by the way, it's not really Reylo edit, but it's just like Kylo Ren. Anyway, there's some good shit on there.
Damn right.
Yeah,
Damn
follow
right.
him on Threads. Yeah.
Follow Dagobert on Threads. He's the one holding the ground over there. We don't know how to
he
use
is,
Threads,
yeah.
but
He's readying up.
ready up. Okay. Thank you everybody for listening. May the force be with you for light and life. Thank you so much.
Deuces.